A very good morning to all the students. This is Veena teacher. I hope all of you are fine and safe. Children, in today's class, we're going to discuss something that is very important, that is rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is a technique used for collecting, storing and using rainwater for landscape irrigation and other uses. The rainwater is collected from various hard surfaces such as rooftops and other above ground hard surfaces. This is done through the catchment areas and conduits. The catchment of the water harvesting system is a surface which receives rainfall directly. It can be paved on an area like a terrace or a courtyard of the building. So here we're going to look into the construction of the rainwater harvesting. We're going to look into the advantages as well as disadvantages of rainwater harvesting. Now broadly, there are two ways of harvesting rainwater. The first one is surface runoff harvesting. Second one is rooftop rainwater harvesting. So the rainwater harvesting is a collection and storage of rainwater for the reuse on site rather than allowing it to run off. So much of water is lost, the rainwater is lost. In the place of that, why can't we collect some amount of that rainwater? We cannot collect all the rainwater, but some amount of rainwater that is falling on the clean surfaces of the rooftops, and then this rainwater is collected and then used for various purposes. And as I discussed just now, there are two methods of rainwater harvesting: surface and the rooftop. The urban area rainwater flows away as surface runoff. This runoff could be caught and used for recharging the groundwater by adopting appropriate methods. So whatever water that is falling on the ground, if the area is cemented area and the water can be collected, collecting that water to recharge the groundwater is called surface runoff harvesting. The next very popular method of harvesting system is rooftop rainwater harvesting. In many cases, the groundwater or the surface water may not be available for drinking purpose. The groundwater may be too deep. The groundwater may be contaminated with minerals and chemicals such as arsenic or salt, or maybe the fecal materials. So in these cases, the rainwater harvesting can be an effective and low cost solution. The good thing about rainwater is that it falls on the roof and is almost always of excellent quality. Studies have shown that water from well maintained and covered rooftop tanks generally meets drinking water quality standards. It enables household as well as community buildings, schools and clinics to manage their own water supply for drinking water, domestic use and income generating activities, like maybe you can use that water for watering the plants or watering the fields, etc. The rainwater harvesting technique requires at least an annual rainfall of 100 to 200 millimeters. Of these, coastal zone receives the heaviest rainfall with the average rainfall of about 3,638.5 millimeters per annum. It is suitable even when the roof is very small. For example, a 5 into 6 meters, that is about to say 30 square meters house with 500 millimeters of annual precipitation or rainfall, it receives the rainfall of 15,000 liters on its roof, and this water, when it is collected, it is sufficient for approximately 5 members of the house. The rainwater harvesting system contains these various components. The first component is catchment, second is transportation, third is first flush, fourth is filter and fifth is percolation pit. Now here you can see a model of the rainwater harvesting system. Here it is a rooftop harvesting system. So here this is a catchment area. The water that is falling on the rooftop here, this water is collected. This is a conduit or the pipe which is collecting the water. So the water that is falling here, the entire water is coming this side. It is being collected from this pipe, and from this pipe the water is moving here, and it is first getting collected here in one pit, and from here it is getting collected in the recharge facility. And you can have one more facility called storage facility, where the water can be used for gardening purpose. Here you can see this is one of the methods of rainwater harvesting. This is actually done to a home. Here you can see that the water that is falling here on the tiles is being collected, and from here the water is directly going inside the tank. So these kinds of waters are usually used for watering the plants and maybe gardening, landscape gardening, etc. This water most of the times is not used for drinking purpose. So here also you can see one more diagram in which the water is falling on the roof. The water is being collected. Here you can see that PVC pipe is collecting the water. And here one interesting thing is, here a filtration unit is present. The water is falling here in the tank and the water is getting filtered through these various layers of sand, soil, gravel, etc. And then here whatever water is filtered, this water is entering into this pit or a well, and the water is stored here. Now let us see to the various components that are present in the rainwater harvesting system. The first one is catchment. The surface that receives rainfall directly is known as a catchment area. Okay, so here the catchment can be RCC or stone roof or sloping roof. Anything can be a catchment area. So therefore the catchment is an area which actually contributes to rainwater to the harvesting system. Next is transportation. Rainwater from rooftop should be carried through the water pipes or drains to storage harvesting system. Water pipe should be UV resistant of required capacity. Water from sloping roofs could be caught through gutters and down the pipe. At the terrace's mouth of each drain should have the mesh, so that if any of the solid materials are there, like leaves or any stones, pebbles are there, then these can be flushed out, or these can be collected separately. First flush. First flush is a device used to flush off the water received in the first shower. The first shower of rains needs to be flushed off to avoid contaminating storable or rechargeable water by the probable contaminants of the atmosphere and the catchment roof. It will also help in cleaning of silt and other materials deposited on the roof during the dry seasons. Provisions of first rain separator should be made at the outlet of each drain pipe. Next is filters. Okay, now filters are used for the removal of turbidity, means any solid particles are present, to remove them, or maybe any color, microorganisms, anything is there that needs to be removed. The filters, they remove these materials effectively. After first flushing of rainfall, water should pass through the filters. A gravel, sand, Netlon mesh filter is designed and is placed on the top of the storage tank. This filter is very important in keeping the rainwater in the storage tank clean. It removes silt, dust, leaves and other organic matter from entering the storage tank. Now after getting filtered, the water, it goes into the percolation pits. Percolation pit is of the simplest and most effective means of harvesting rainwater. Designed on the basis of expected runoff, they are loaded with rocks or block jam and stream sand, secured with punctured soil pieces wherever essential. So these pits, they store the water for some time before the water is used for the purposes they are meant for. And this water is also used to recharge the groundwater. Now there are certain problems which are associated with the rainwater harvesting system. That is, whatever metals are used here, they can be having this problem of corrosion. Foul flush diverter fails to the foul flush diverter fails because maintenance was neglected. So usually people, once they install the system, they see that they forget about the maintenance part. So if the maintenance is not done, then the first flush, which has to be separated, which has to be removed, will not be removed. Tap leaks at the reservoir and there are problems with the hand pumps also. Contamination of uncovered tanks, especially where water is abstracted with the rope and the bucket. So here you can see that some tanks are not covered. When the tanks are not covered, then continuously some dust particles keep on falling in them. So this water is now highly contaminated. Unprotected tanks may also provide a breeding place for mosquitoes, which may increase the danger of vector-borne diseases. So here they may increase the risk of malaria, dengue, etc. System may not fulfill drinking water needs during certain periods of the year, making it necessary to develop other sources or to go to traditional sources temporarily. So children, remember, whatever water we collect after rainwater harvesting, most of the time this water is not for drinking purpose. This water is used either to clean the car or clean the vehicles or maybe gardening purposes, but at least the water is going to be used. Financial investment may be high, for the household communities, and communities cannot afford to construct suitable tank and adequate roofing. So these are the various problems which are associated with rainwater harvesting, but there are many advantages also. Reduction of water bill. The water is suitable for the irrigation purpose, so at least that much amount of water you're getting. Reduces demand on groundwater, reduces flood and soil erosion, and it can be used for several purposes which does not include drinking. So children, in today's class we have seen about rainwater harvesting. I'll see you in the next class where we will see something else which is very exciting. So all of you, please take care of yourself. God bless you all.